Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been following the Washington Commanders this season, you know it's been a bit of a roller coaster. After a promising start, they faced some hurdles, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And one of the latest moves by the team might just be a game changer. The Commanders have added a veteran wide receiver to their practice squad, and this isn't just a random signing. It's Robbie Chosen, a player with a background that could prove crucial as the team navigates through some injuries and tough matchups ahead. That's right, Robbie Chosen, a name that might not be familiar to everyone, but a player who has shown flashes of talent in his NFL journey so far, and now he's wearing the Commanders' colors, ready to contribute. So, what's the story behind Robbie Chosen, and why is this signing so significant? Well, let's break it down. Robbie Chosen, who's now 32 years old, has had an interesting NFL career. He's played for the San Francisco 49ers, the Miami Dolphins, and the Carolina Panthers, bouncing around the league, trying to find a stable spot. His latest stint was with the Dolphins in 2024, where he played in just 2 games, but managed to make a catch on 5 targets for 5 yards. Not eye-popping numbers, but enough to show he can step in when needed. Before that, in 2023, Robbie was with Miami for 9 games, catching 4 passes on 6 targets for 126 yards. That's an average of over 31 yards per reception, which hints at his ability to make big plays when given the opportunity. Now, keep in mind, Robbie Chosen's NFL journey isn't just about those stats. He's been a player who has shown flashes of potential, especially in college and early in his career. He played with the New York Jets for several seasons, beginning in 2016, and during those first 4 years, he consistently put up at least 500 yards each season. His standout year was 2017, when he caught 63 passes for 941 yards and scored 7 touchdowns. That's impressive for a player who is still trying to establish himself in the league. Later, with the Carolina Panthers in 2020, he put up 96 yards and 3 touchdowns on 95 receptions and 136 targets. So there's no denying that Robbie Chosen has the talent and experience to be a reliable option when called upon. But why now for the Washington Commanders? Well, the team has been dealing with some injury issues at the wide receiver position. Terry McLaurin, the team's star receiver and a key target in their offense, missed the Week 4 game against the Atlanta Falcons due to a quad injury. Meanwhile, Noah Brown was also sidelined with a groin and knee issue. Both players missed practice leading up to that game, which left the Commanders with some question marks at the receiving core. This is where Robbie Chosen's signing becomes even more relevant. With the team's top weapons potentially unavailable or limited, having a veteran like him in the mix gives them a much-needed depth option. It's worth noting that Robbie Chosen has previously found roles on NFL squads and has been effective in certain situations. His best season came in 2020 with the Panthers, when he racked up over 10 receiving yards. That kind of production, even if it was just for 1 season, shows that he can be a difference maker when utilized properly. And considering his career trajectory, he's a player who knows how to fight for his spot, and he's hungry to prove himself once again at this stage of his career. Now, let's talk about what this move could mean for the Commanders moving forward. Facing the Los Angeles Chargers in Week 5, the Commanders are looking to bounce back after their Week 4 loss to the Falcons. That game was tough, especially without Jaden Daniels, the team's star quarterback, who was sidelined. Injuries at the receiver position could have hampered their offensive flow, but with Robbie Chosen now in the fold, they have a versatile veteran who can step in and contribute if needed. He's a player with NFL experience, who has shown he can make big plays downfield, and that's exactly what Washington needs right now. They need reliable options to step up, especially if McLaurin and Brown are not at 100%. Furthermore, the team's coaching staff has always valued versatile players who can step in when the team's depth is tested. Robbie Chosen's experience in different offensive schemes and his ability to stretch the field could be exactly what the Commanders need to ignite their passing game. It's not just about filling in for injuries. It's about adding a player who can bring a different dimension to the offense. His big play ability can help open up the field for other receivers and give quarterback Sam Howell more options to work with. And speaking of Howell, the young quarterback has shown flashes of brilliance this season, but consistency is key. Having a veteran receiver like Chosen, who understands how to find spaces and make contested catches, could be vital in helping Howell develop further. It's also about building chemistry. Even if Robbie isn't a starter immediately, having him available gives the team options during practice and in game situations, which is crucial as they aim to climb the NFC East standings. Now, let's not forget the broader context of the NFC East. This division has always been fiercely competitive, with teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants fighting hard for playoff positioning. The Commanders have been looking to solidify their roster and find ways to stay competitive week after week. Small moves like this signing may seem minor on paper, but they can have a ripple effect. Depth at wide receiver can be the difference in close games, especially in a league where injuries are inevitable, and depth is often tested. Robbie Chosen's signing could be a strategic move by the Commanders to ensure they're prepared for whatever challenges come their way in the coming weeks. Looking ahead, the game against the Chargers is a critical test. Los Angeles has a solid defense and a potent offense led by Justin Herbert, who's always dangerous when given time and space. For Washington, limiting turnovers and establishing a balanced attack will be crucial. The addition of a player like Robbie Chosen can help stretch the field and keep the Chargers' defense honest, especially if McLaurin or Brown are not fully available. The Commanders will need to rely on their depth, their coaching, and their resilience to come out victorious in LA and keep their playoff hopes alive. In terms of the team's season so far, it's been a mixture of promising moments and tough lessons. The loss to Atlanta was disappointing, especially given the circumstances with injuries, but the team has shown resilience and the ability to adapt. Coach Ron Rivera and his staff are known for their strategic adjustments, and adding a veteran like Chosen is part of that mindset, shuffling the deck to find solutions. This move also sends a message to the locker room that the team is doing everything possible to improve and stay competitive. And for the fans, that's what it's all about. Watching your team adapt, find new ways to succeed, and keep fighting every week. Robbie Chosen's addition might not be headline-grabbing in terms of stats right now, but it's a clear indication that the Commanders are serious about competing. They're not just hoping everything falls into place, they're actively shaping their roster to maximize their chances. And that's exciting, especially when you consider how close the division races are this season. Every game, every move, and every player counts. The NFL is a league where depth and experience can make all the difference, and the Commanders are clearly aware of that. So, as they gear up for that crucial Week 5 matchup against the Chargers at SoFi Stadium, fans should be optimistic. The team is making moves to stay in the hunt, and Robbie Chosen's signing is just one example of their determination. It's about building a roster that can withstand the inevitable injuries and still perform at a high level. And with the NFC East as competitive as ever, every advantage counts. The Commanders aren't just looking to get by, they want to make a statement, and adding a veteran receiver like Robbie Chosen is part of that strategy. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this signing? Do you see Robbie Chosen making an impact this season? How do you think he fits into the team's offensive scheme and overall strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and all the latest Washington Commanders news. So stay tuned, keep supporting your team, and let's continue riding this roller coaster together. Thanks for being with us, and as always, go Commanders!